sisi Nikita ai siku ya Bertama. Tidak kata mekumobu, tidak ro kaji ketahui, tidak ro nasi laki-laki. Tanpa kita terpisah, tak sendiri dan duniani. Pertama, kita harus belajar untuk lazima dunia. Sekarang kita ada dalam roh berkap lazima dunia. Tapi fikira roh kosong dalam kami jawapan. Setelah meditasi ini bahagia, perjela inaweza boleh bermula.
Alrighty then. Hey, this is Wentus yet again. I'll be not continuing Let's Play. I'm starting my Let's Play of From Dust. Left control to close. Alright. So, I'm going to be playing this game as basically filler for in between when I can't upload Super Mario RPG, but it's still going to be a full Let's Play of mine, and I don't know, I just really like this game, so I plan on Let's Playing it, and it's been a while since I've played it, so it's not going to be blind, far from it, but I won't remember all the challenges or how to get past them. So, here you can see we are controlling this thing called the Breath. When the breath is near a man, press F to look closer at him. As you can see, you can hold down F here and see them in person. This one can build villages, gain knowledge, and play music. But it'll say basically that for all the human beings you'll see here. So this is our small tribe of people, and we play as the Breath. And this is going to be basically tutorial, and that's about all there is to it. Let's see, the sea has destroyed our path. We are stuck. Help us reach the passage. So, the Breath is able to absorb and release Earth. Build a bridge of Earth so that the people can pass through. So, as you see, by holding down click, we can pick up bits of Earth here. A lot of it, in fact. And by right-clicking, by holding down right-click, we can release it. And this can help us to create a bridge for our people here. And, well, that's going to be the main mechanic of this game, is controlling the Breath and getting the people to go where they need to. Now, I should mention, they cannot swim, so don't let them fall into the water. Let's see, I can't remember... was it double click? I don't know, there's a certain button you can do to release everything you have. Okay. They can't even make it through shallow water. I should mention... Okay. Apparently they can make it through shallow water. I should mention their AI is very buggy. Trust me, I will be getting annoyed by it at some point throughout this Let's Play. But, I don't know, it's still a great game. So, they're going towards this altar here that seems to have been created long ago. As you can see, there's a little mass symbol above the altar, and it has number 5. That means as long as 5 of them make it here, you'll have succeeded. This is also going to be a big mechanic of this game. So, by going through this, we are able to pass on to the next area. So, now we go and enter the next level, the ritual.
Sebuah dunia yang baru di bawah ya kita. Orang zamani telah menubuh sebuah ajang samanu. Kita bermain sherehe kijiji.
The ritual of the village. That's going to be another major mechanic of this game. Call movement. Okay, press spacebar to get people to go to something. So, as you mentioned, the totem is where they'll perform the ritual of the village. Not sure what that is yet. Of course I know, but you don't. I'm not going to spoil anything here. So we have our little bridge made. So we just go up to this totem here and press the spacebar. I'm going to zoom out of it because I usually don't like to be zoomed in too far. Alright, so we're about to have another cutscene here, so there's not much to say. Early on there's going to be a lot of cutscenes, later on there's going to be basically none. Come on guys, you can make it. I'm not going to be too talkative in this Let's Play. It's a fun game, but there's not a whole lot to talk about, but it's really nice, and I'm going to enjoy showing it off. So now you see all 5 of them are there. They are performing what's called the Ritual of the Village. You can see the earth's getting more green around there, and wait for it. Buildings start to rise out of the ground, and this is how they will have their villages, which are basically their bases of operations. Why are they screaming? Huh, I guess they're cheering. First village is built, and we can survive on our own now. And as you see, there's one of those ancient-looking things that we went through earlier, and that's called the passage. The passage remains shut. To open the passage, we need to build a village at each totem on the island. The icons in the upper left indicate basically, the icons in the upper left indicate our abilities. Building villages on totems will give you different abilities. And you can see, I'm not sure what ability that is. Let's see. Absorb water around the totems so that you can found the village. I think it'll say what abilities we have. Let's see, what is it? Not all villages will give abilities, but I think that one does. I might be mistaken, though. Control click, control right click. I really need to look at the controls of this because I need to know how to set down all the water at once. So I think I'll do that now. Help and options. Control settings. A bit weird to be doing this on recording, but hey, this is completely unplanned, so let's see. Alright, minus one. Toggle global views. It's main action. Okay. Well, that told me basically nothing. So, left shift, left control, spacebar, tab. Okay, I know there's a button for it, but I don't know what it is. So, that's a thing. So, just need to absorb water around this totem over here. Not earth. Absorb this water here because they cannot build a village on an area covered in water. It has to be earth or rock. Either one of these will work. So I'm just going to release that water there. And as you can see, the greenery from their village is starting to spread. Let's take a look over here to get a better example. See, it starts to spread. That's going to be another thing, but I'll get into that later. No, I just need for now to pick up some earth and create for my villagers a little bridge across. Getting them from totem to totem is the main mechanic of this game. As you can see, there's another little artifact over there. That's also going to be important. Those are basically your marks for 100%. I'll explain that when we get to it. So let's tell them to head over to this totem now that there's a way across. Now their pathfinding skills are decent, but not great. You'll find sometimes they take the most difficult paths. You'll see soon enough. This is still just basically level 1. It's still tutorial, so they're not going to throw anything too hard at us. And I'm thinking I'm going to go through 2 islands per episode. I'm not really going to go for a time thing in this Let's Play.
It's going to be a basic one. Nothing much to it. So, they've almost made it there now. Let's see, 3 out of 5, and that should do it. And they'll make their second village here. As you can see, there are only 2 totems on this island. Most islands will have 4, but this one only has 2. And once the totems are controlled, that will allow you to open the passage and move on to the next island. So fairly straightforward, but this is still just early on and very basic. It is possible to lose, and you'll find out how soon enough. I don't think it's possible to lose in this particular area. Well, actually, it probably is. It just requires not very smartness. Let's see. When the members of the village, they plant vegetation that spreads across the earth. Yes, the gauge at the lower left keeps track of how much vegetation has spread. One of your biggest goals is going to be getting that vegetation meter to the top. Because when you get part way there, you get one of these artifacts, like over here.
when you get all the way there, you get another artifact, which reveals the backstory of these villagers. And these artifacts will also reveal the backstory of these villagers. So if you press spacebar on one of them, one of the villagers will go and collect it. I should mention, will be important later on for collecting certain artifacts. It is not required that the villager make it back alive. Remember that. It will be necessary sometimes. Half of the territory is covered in palms and has revealed a new story of the tribe. So yes, half this territory is covered in the palm trees now. Now, they will spread across Earth, that's all there is to it with them, but they will not spread across areas of water, so you have to kind of connect them. As you can see, there's some palm trees over there, and if I remove the water that just was here, the palm trees will be able to spread. Now the totem has been repopulated the passage. Yeah, the passage is ready, but we're going to stay a bit longer and continue to build up some plants on the island, since that is a major game mechanic. I'm planning on 100%. I've never 100%ed this game before, but yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask! And, let's see. The vegetation, as you see, is spreading here. You can put earth over vegetation to get rid of it, but it'll grow back fairly quickly. So we're going to spread some vegetation there. And, I can't remember how to rotate the camera. Is it Control, Shift, Tab? Okay, Tab zooms you out a lot, and then put you back. Alright. Oh, that guy made it there. I didn't realize you actually had to press spacebar on for them to collect them. Alright, let's see what this does. It's been a while since I played it, so I hardly remember. Alright, so they got a new memory, and that thing has been collected. Let's take the earth from it, since we need all the earth we can get to be able to get those plants built up. Oh, there's some plants over here. Why don't we give them a bit of earth to work with? And there's some more earth down here. A lot of what you're going to be doing here is collecting earth in order to get enough area for the plants to thrive. Because you want it like I said, you want that meter all the way up. And it also helps to spread the earth out as much as possible, because it only requires a tiny bit for the plants to survive on it. So that should be good use of our area there. And as you see here, there's a source of water here that will go on indefinitely, just going into the ocean. And there's a lot of earth underneath it, though. So one thing we're going to want to do is collect some of that earth and move it to somewhere that it can be used for us. So let's say we connect this bit of vegetation here to all this earth over here. If we can do that, then it should be much easier to get some life spread. Because, well, the less we have to move, the better, and the faster the vegetation will go. Let's see, where else? Down here we'll have it spread soon enough. Most of the island is covered in vegetation now, but there's, as you can see, what looks like all the natural areas for the vegetation to go have already been done. So that's when you start having to move stuff around, otherwise you will not get up to 100%. And honestly, a lot of the episode's going to be me doing these every time. So some of them are easy, like this one's fairly easy, but some of them are really difficult. I'm thinking of one particular mission later on. Just bad memories overall. I did get to 100% on that mission, though. Well, not mission, but island, whatever you want to call it. And, well, let's just say it wasn't easy. Also, along with the trees, the villagers will start to spread these little things marking their territory more or less. So I think that's kind of cool. It's basically making so that they're taking over the island and populating it as their own. It's kind of nice. You're helping out these villagers to come back, because it said, it's kind of vague about what it said, but it says we are here as on the first day, and we've forgotten everything. So, I don't know. It's strange. They've resurrected this thing called the breath, which is what we're controlling, this little slug-looking thing. I don't know, it's very vague about what it is, but it seems to be some sort of life essence, as they have mentioned it as. Let's see. Ooh, we are nowhere near enough earth. So, let's go steal some more from over here. In fact, let's connect this little lively island over here to the earth this way. That way it should start spreading faster. And let's take these areas that will always be surrounded by water due to the constantly passing water, and take that earth and move it to somewhere we can use it. Like, say, let's cover up a bit of this stone here with earth. That ought to help. So yes, this is pretty much From Dust. And, I don't know, it may not look like much, but it's very addicting and very fun. It's a short game, but, no biggie to me. So, let's see. That vegetation meter doesn't seem to be going up too much. It is pretty slow with the spread of vegetation. Oh, water. And, well, I don't know. It's not always challenging, but sometimes it is. It's just hard to describe. I may end up speeding up a lot through these parts when there's not much for me to do. But, I don't know. Overall, I think this should be an entertaining Let's Play. Let's see. What else can we talk about? There is... I don't know. There's the breath itself. There's the villagers. I will... Well, I'm not sure if I will be going over those histories of these villagers, explaining things. But a lot will be explained throughout the games. Throughout the game itself. So, there won't be too much to go over at the end. It's fairly straightforward. Basically, this is just some tribe who has forgotten everything. They know they used to be great, but that's all they can remember. And they seem to have these mystical abilities to control the elements using the breath. So they are clearly very powerful and have some sort of magical affinity, but somehow they fell, and they're basically nothing now. Also, I think it's kind of funny how sometimes they'll put those poles into the middle of the water. Oh, and Gent Applebloom is online. Either way, let's see. More life is spread. I'm not sure why it's not spreading too fast over here, but oh well. There's plenty of areas in here to take Earth from still. Let's see, maybe it's not connected enough. Yeah, there's not enough Earth here. That's stone mostly. And one thing that's pretty cool about this is it's fairly realistic with its physics of water and Earth and such. Some of those physics will screw you over a lot, but it's, well, more realistic than most games have with these kind of physics. So I'm just gonna clear the water out of this little area, these ponds we've accidentally made, so that we can get the Earth underneath cleared away in order to spread life more. Basically, that's gonna be one thing that's also done a lot. Let's see. As far as most water sources you can plug up with Earth. I got a text, and I'm not even sure if that's gonna pick up on recording. And there it is again. Maybe that will. But either way, I completely lost my train of thought due to that text message, which I'm not going to check till after I'm done recording. Oh well. Okay. Screw that. Who keeps texting me? I really need to start turning this thing off during recording. Oh. There we go. We've covered the area in palms, and animals have moved in. So, oh, not entirely covered in palms, but it's mostly covered in palms. So, now animals move around. Those animals won't really do anything, they just kind of go around to show that you've covered a lot of the island in palm trees. So, it's kind of a cool little thing. But let's get some more Earth here, and connect, like, stop this little stream here, and connect to this bit of Earth over here. That way that might be able to give us the last bit of stuff we need. Either way, I'm curious about who was texting me in the middle of recording. Oh, it's not like... never mind. Not important. I'm going to silence my cell phone now. No cell phones in Let's Play class. So, I don't know, it should be a fairly clear way forward. I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard to commentate over something like this, and I am going to not restart the map, that would be a pain. Control settings, camera, view up, view down, rotate left and rotate right, that's what I want to check. There we go, that's about right. I like it to stay in the same location, roughly, because otherwise it kind of throws me off. So, let's see. As you can see, that stream water has kind of come back and is cutting off a bit of Earth again. So we can just plug that up. Things will follow the path of least resistance in this, for the most part. And you should be good if you follow that rule of make sure that basically set up a path of least resistance away from where you want it to go. Or, you know what I mean. Set up a path of least resistance so things work the best. Okay, that keeps filling up due to it barely overflowing, but that's not a problem. This little patch here should be enough to get things taken care of. Let's see, is there any more Earth lying around? Let's see, there's a little bit here, but that's... Oh, there's a decent amount. You're going to want all the Earth you can get. Sometimes even these tiny bits are enough to make a big difference. And just so you know, that vegetation meter will go down if you start killing the plant life, so you don't want to do that.
Let's see. Let's just add a little bit more earth around here. Let's see. Connect it a bit better. There we go. That looks good. I'll add just a bit more vegetation. Every little bit counts. So, there's not too much to talk about. Just basically waiting for the vegetation to spread. And once it does get completely full, though, you've unlocked the thing and you don't have to worry about it. You can let the vegetation die if you want to. Ooh, there's a lot of earth here. Well, let's actually set up the bridge for later, so that our people will be able to get to that passageway. Let's see, will that be enough? Not quite. I'll get a bit more from over here, since there seems to be a lot around the passage. And connect these two islands together. And okay, that just made a bit of an smaller island in between them. Come on, let's see. All right, that's almost good over there. Maybe what I'm gonna do here is get. You have to be tricky about this because the water will destroy your plants. So. Let's see, maybe if I spread it like so, that might give me the last little boost I need to fill that in, because, I don't know. Also, I don't know about you guys, but I think this is a really nice looking game. Although you probably won't be seeing it the same way I am, because I'm recording it with Fraps and I have to do it like at the half quality, otherwise it lags my game terribly. Unfortunately, my computer is not perfect. For some reason, the plants don't seem to be spreading to that bit of earth up there. And there's a lot of earth in there, or at least a decent amount. So we're going to put it somewhere a bit more useful, like across here, I'm going to say. There we go, a bit more earth. Ooh, we're so close. And as you can see, your people will just kind of wander around the island more or less when it's safe. And believe me, it will be dangerous later on in the game. Very dangerous. But this is still tutorial, giving you a nice feel of the game, what the gameplay is more or less like. So it's pretty calm. For now. Trust me, this is a challenging game. Don't get me wrong on that. It'll be much more challenging later on. Right now, like I said earlier, it's basically impossible to lose. Although you can lose one way. Water can destroy villages and can be quite deadly. If you were to just pour this right in the middle of your villages and wash your people into the ocean, then they'd pretty much be dead. And if you basically, the way you lose a level is if out of your villagers, you lose all of them. If you have less than 5 remaining, then you lose, because you can't possibly set up a village without 5 people. So that's basically the game over of this. But usually you'll be good as long as you have a village standing. That it'll continue to produce more villagers for the most part. So we're about finished with the vegetation. I think this little boost should be enough to get me through to the end. There we go. That should do it. There we go. The entire territory is covered in palms. And now we can move on to the end. So since the whole area has been covered in palms, we can just completely remove the dirt and kill the trees as much as we want. It doesn't matter anymore. And in order to create this little bridge across the last little stretch. So come on, let's connect these two islands. And I should mention, don't make things too steep because your villagers can only climb so high. So let's have them head to the passageway, and I'll be ending this episode off here. There we go. So I kind of spoiled things by saying those totems will give you abilities. See how if I hit 1 or 4, this totem has no power. They will have powers later on. I was wondering why it wasn't telling me what the power was, but as it turns out, you don't have powers right now, because you don't really need powers right now. But they will be necessary later on. In fact, I think the next level should get into what the powers are like. But we'll have to be seeing that in the next episode. So, for now, this has been Wentus. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comments are always appreciated, and I'll see you guys next time when we move on to the next island in From Dust.